The Twitter world is melting down once again as Elon has just announced that the words cis and cisgender are considered slurs on Twitter. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. Elon does some amazing work. I'm not all about like, hey Elon, here's also the keys to my front door. Like, let's just let you control everything with Tesla, Starlink, SpaceX, Neuralink, Twitter. Got to be careful about that. But some of the individual things he does, it's like, I'm a fan of. And I like this one. Considering cis and cisgender slurs. One, in a second, we'll get to the shocking origin of these terms. It'll creep you out. But two, when you look at so much of what you and I might just say with our vernacular, where we're describing accurate reality, the left likes to look at most of what we have to say that's inconvenient for them to hear, inconvenient for their ideologies that are based on hallucination. And they like to say most of what we have to say is slurs. Like, oh my God, you're bigot, you're smear, we gotta smear you. That's a slur. It's like, no, that's actually an accurate description. So they're kind of melting down because Elon's saying like, oh, this invented term, cis and cisgender, which is polarity-wise necessary for the terms trans to exist. Where they invented it, it's like, oh, it's like, you can't like say that's a slur. It's like, well, it's an invented term. And Elon says it's a slur. Let's take a look. So this is in response to a Twitter user named James S's. Yesterday, after posting a tweet saying that I reject the word cis and don't wish to be called it, I received a slew of messages from trans activists calling me sissy and telling me I am cis whether I like it or not. Ooh, that is definitely violating his truth. Ooh. Let's hold some safe space for him. Just imagine if the roles were reversed. Good point. And then Elon responded to him saying, repeated targeted harassment against any account will cause the harassing accounts to receive at minimum temporary suspensions. The words cis or cisgender are considered slurs on this platform. Apparently you're not supposed to slur people. Before we get to the creepy origins of cis, that term, as well as see what some of the Twitter users have to say about this, I will say this. Elon's saying, hey, we're gonna like suspend accounts that are repeatedly violating people using slurs. I kind of agree, kind of disagree with that. I'm a free speech absolutist where I would say, dude, like you have the right to free speech. Period. That can be horrible speech. It can be beautiful speech, but I love free speech. I don't love people saying things necessary that are slur-like, but I think they have the right to say them. And Elon owning the platform Twitter is like, yeah, you definitely have the right to say them, just not on my platform. So there is certainly a color of censorship on this, but nonetheless, that's what we're dealing with here. And Elon saying, yeah, the words cis and cisgender are considered slurs on this platform. Okay, now, you and I never really heard of the term cis and cisgender up until a few years ago. Why? It's because it's an unnecessary term. It's just like a normal human being is just a human being. When you're describing an abnormal human being, there's been a term that's created for that, which kind of polarizes. Now we have to create a term to describe what we call normal human beings that used to just be called human beings. Thus, cis and cisgender have been created. But where did those terms come from? Great question. So this article on foxnews.com, shout out, y'all fired Tucker Carlson, enjoy the dumpster fire that is you. But nonetheless, this article comes from them. So here we can see in the article, Genevieve Gluck, a journalist and cultural commentator, pointed out the word cisgender was coined by German sexologist Volkmar Segush, who believed the sensuality that spontaneously unfolds between a child and an adult is something wonderful, and claimed there's nothing wrong with pedophilia or exposing children to pornography. So in other words, this demented predator from Germany named Volkmar Segush, that's the person that invented the term cisgender. And they had these beliefs that it's beautiful to watch sensuality unfold between a child and an adult, and there's nothing wrong with exposing children to pornography. What a sick mind. And from this sick mind originated the term cisgender. Okay. Now, is that a term we should put weight in, or is that a term that we should view as despicable? It came from a sick mind. Elon says Yeah, comes from a sick mind. It's pretty gross. And in response to the cultural commentator that pointed out the origin of the term, Elon responded, "Yep, the contemptible creep that manufactured the term cis has serious problems." Musk responded, "Ignore him." Okay, and then some on the left are melting down. You banned the term cis, and you're considering that a slur. That kind of makes it really hard for us to do our distinction that helps separate our imagination from reality so we can abolish reality. We don't like it. It's actually, a lot of people are actually liking it though. Twitter account The Rabbit Hole, as Fox article points out, clicking over to their account, they ran a poll, is cis a slur? And at this point, with almost 53,000 people voting in the poll, 78.2% of people say yes, cis is a slur, while 21.8% say no, cis isn't a slur. So based on the polling, which I'm sure is skewed based on the following of the rabbit hole, overwhelming majority of people, 78.2%, say yeah, cis is a slur. Let's check out what other Twitter users are commenting about the whole thing. So going under Elon's tweet, actually here you see the cultural commentator Genevieve Gluck pointing out the German psychopathic sicko predator Volkmar who invented the term. So you can actually read that tweet. It's pretty long, just unveiling the sick mind that invented the term cis. So you can check that out if you want. And then James Esses, who originated the Elon coining cis and cisgender as slurs, responds to Elon, "Thank you for standing up for reality, Elon." Yeah, I like reality too. And then Twitter user Jonathan with the blue check. Heck yeah, he's important. He pays $8 a month for that. Important person, says, "Reminder, you aren't the CEO anymore," responding to Elon. "Why don't you step back and let her do her job?" Oh, you mean let the lady from the World Economic Forum do her job? Yeah, it's, by the way, questionable move, Elon. Don't approve. "It's demeaning to keep doing this when it's not your place." Dude, I love how a Twitter user thinks it's their place to tell Elon it's not his place to make decisions in a company that he owns. This is beautiful. I love that this is happening. Many terms can be used pejoratively. I guarantee this person doesn't know what pejoratively means. I definitely don't. But making any blanket policy regarding the word cisgender is an overreach and certainly not in line with free speech absolutism. Yeah, I kind of actually agree with that last line partially. Trying to ban any kind of slurs being used, like cis, yeah, that's not in line with free speech absolutism. But if you allow slurs to be used, not that you condone it, but it's like, mean people can use slurs. I get that. That's part of free speech. Labeling words as slurs, that is part of free speech absolutism. As long as you're not banning the use of those slurs, is absolutely part of free speech to use words to describe what words are. So that's why I kind of agree and kind of disagree with the last statement of this person who's trying to put Elon in his place. Good luck with that. James Bradley says, "Yes, but it's a dark day when we start banning words in America, which is where I still live. I don't use either of those words, but I'd like to think I could if I wanted to. If we're making words illegal on social media, bye-bye First Amendment." I agree with that 100%. So again, it's unclear exactly, is the word cis super banned on social media? Or is Elon only going to be taking down accounts when they use the word cis in a derogatory way or just any way? That part's a little bit unclear, but it certainly is suspect that this could be a move where I don't love the word cis, and I think it's, comes from a sick, demented mind, as we heard earlier. I do think it is absolutely a smear on the First Amendment if the word cis is quote unquote banned on Twitter. David Black says it pretty well. "We aren't cis. We're normal." Yeah, cis is an abnormal way of describing someone's normal in order to create the polar opposite for another description that is super abnormal. Colette Harrington says it pretty well. "I don't know what that means." I like her honesty. That comment wasn't worth reading, but I just did. Gay Harper Capote, pronouns she, her, hers. Cool. She's also plural. She's multiple people. "Elon, those are not slurs. Please educate yourself." Actually, on this, we're going to do a little investigative journalism. Is this a parody account? Attorney Starho Gay AF, equestrian, obnoxious, all these. This has to be a parody account. If this isn't a parody account, then this person needs some serious help. But it looks like a parody account. That's great. Hats off. There are only two sexes. Nobody is cis or trans. Yeah, I guess that's kind of the reality of the situation. So let me know what you think in the comments about Elon saying, hey, the words cis and cisgender, they're slurs. And not only what do you think about that, but what do you think about Elon flagging accounts, taking down accounts that repeatedly use these slurs? I think they're two separate issues. Love to know what you think about both of them. And I appreciate you watching this channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. But before you go, in response who say, hey, the only way to have good health and a good immune system is to use something extremely foreign to your body. We don't know what natural immunity is. I want to tell you about something. It's called Fierce Immunity by Rebel Lion. And I want to tell you about this in just a second because I think health equals freedom. And I think our immune system is the constitution of our freedom. Protecting my health and my family's health is priority number one for me. And that's why I'm passionate with every ounce of my heart about Fierce Immunity by Rebel Lion. Fierce Immunity is a best of class formula that helps you not only strengthen your immune system, but also rebuild your immune system. Now call me crazy, but I believe the past few years, our health and our immune systems have been under attack. But that's something I'm not gonna just lay down and be complacent with because I truly believe health equals freedom. And your immune system is basically the constitution of your health that guarantees that freedom. Now, I'm so confident, passionate, and excited about the benefits that Fierce Immunity is giving people. I've gone all in with this company and with this supplement. How so? Well, Fierce Immunity isn't just a sponsor of mine, even though if they were, that'd be great. I only endorse products that I highly believe in. I've become a founding member with Rebel Lion. That's because I wanted to go all in with my heart and soul in helping promote this product to get it in people's hands so that their lives can be better for it, their immune system stronger, and their health intact, guaranteeing their freedom. A dear friend of mine named Mickey Willis, he's a filmmaker. Ever see his stuff? It's highly censored. He's another founding member of Rebel Lion, and he was talking to me about the product. I was so impressed. I asked him, how can I get more involved? That's when I became a founding member, and I couldn't be more proud and more excited to bring this product to you. What sets Fierce Immunity apart is how our world-class formulators have designed the ingredients to synergistically work together. For example, you know how important vitamin D is for your immune system. Fierce Immunity not only has vitamin D in it, but it also has arginine in it, which helps convert vitamin D to its usable form so your body can get maximum benefit from it. And it's got quercetin in it because that helps transport the zinc through the cell membrane to the inside of the cell where you can have maximum benefit, and the zinc can kill viruses that you might not want in there. And those are just some of the reasons why Fierce Immunity has become an essential part of my daily routine. Some people choose to just be complacent, if not compliant, and hope for the best when it comes to their health. But that's not what lions do. Lions take control of their health, and they know it starts with the immune system. So if you're a lion and like me, you believe that health equals freedom and your immune system is the constitution of your freedom, then just go to getfiercenow.com/JP and pick yourself up a bottle of Fierce Immunity or become a subscriber today. And while you're there, please use the discount code AWAKEN for 10% off. It's time to get fierce.